Welcome back everyone to the channel. So today's video we're going to be going over my spec in detail so you guys get an idea of what options that I got for my 2022 M4 Competition. If you haven't seen my video on delivery day, I did order this to spec, so I ordered it how I wanted to. So we're going to go over exactly what I ordered with this car. So let's not waste too much time, let's jump right into the video. As you saw in my other videos, I did order this in Aventrine Red, which is an individual color from BMW. This was a $2,500 option. I figured I might as well get something from BMW instead of wrapping the car. This color is amazing in person. The pictures and videos don't do it justice. I mean, the color is crazy. It changes in all lighting and it just looks so good with this car, and also the interior, which I'll be going over very soon. But the color of this car is my favorite part. I just think this M4, M3 looks really good in darker colors, especially like Aventrine Red, Drive It Gray, things like that. I think it works really well with the new grille, and it looks so aggressive, especially from like this angle. It just looks so good. So I wanted to go with a color rather than a wrap, but I also was about to go with like a skyscraper Brooklyn gray and orange interior, but I wanted to do something a little different because I feel like on the G80, G82 platform, a lot of people have Brooklyn gray, skyscraper gray, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that color, but this color is just, it looks a lot different on the road, and I think it looks amazing. So moving along on the exterior, you can see that I did get the laser lights. You can see that the laser lights come with like a blue hinge in the headlight and then a little bit LED right there in the headlight as well, and I think it looks amazing. It's definitely an option that you want to get if you're buying an M4 or M3 on the G80, G82 platform, or any other BMW that does have the laser lights as an option. It looks aggressive, and also the halos. So as you can see, the LEDs run from here all the way up there, and you get two of them on each headlight, and they look so aggressive. Honestly, without the laser lights, I don't think it would look as aggressive. So I'm really glad I got the laser lights with the options that I ordered this car with. So one thing to note with the laser headlights, over here you can see that this upper part is silver. So I didn't know, but you can get that blacked out with the Shyline trim. So there's a Shyline trim for the exterior of the car, and then there's also a Shyline trim for the headlight, and it will replace that chrome reflective into a black, which I did not know. So I didn't get that option because I didn't realize that that was an option. So I kind of regret it. I did wish I would have got that. It was about $300. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad with the chrome up top. It would look cooler with the black, but it honestly matches with the halo, so I'm not too upset. As you move down the car in the front, you can tell that I don't have the carbon exterior package, so I did not order the car with that package, and you can tell because it has this kind of like chicken wire in the front. So behind there are air ducts, and those are like a black ABS plastic, but on the carbon exterior package, those will be full carbon fiber on both sides. So on that side and that side, they are real intakes, but without the carbon exterior package, you get that chicken wire. With the carbon exterior package, you get full carbon there, and then as you come along, you do get carbon fiber on the mirror caps, and then you come to the back, you'll get a carbon fiber wing, and you'll get a carbon fiber diffuser in the back. So the reason why I didn't get the carbon exterior package was the cost, and also because I was gonna get my own parts to replace all those items on the secondary market. So I figured I wouldn't need the carbon exterior package. On the exterior, there is another individual Shyline trim, which I did get with this car. That's gonna give you the badges in black, the mirror caps in black, and then let's go back again over here. Then you get the black spoiler, and you get the black diffuser. So if you didn't get the individual Shyline trim, that would be body colored. That would just still be black, but the exhaust tips would be silver chrome instead of black like on this car. And then the mirror caps would also be body colored. They wouldn't be black. So that is another option that I did get with this car because I thought it would look more aggressive, and it definitely does. You might be thinking, what is that black box rectangle thing in the front of the grille? So that is for the active driving assistant package. So what that's going to do is that it's going to give you radar cruise control, and it's also going to give you full self-driving under 45 miles per hour, which is really, really useful in traffic. I haven't used it too many times, but I'm really, really glad I got that option because it helps a lot, like I said, in traffic jam situations. It gives you kind of like a cool screen, shows you cars on each side, and it basically does self-driving completely under 40 miles per hour. So the other option that I got on the exterior, which you can't really tell because it's completely caked in brake dust, but I did get the black multi-spoke wheels. So you can get these in bicolor. I'm not a big fan. That's why I went with black to match all the black accents on this car. You can get different kind of wheels, like a different style. Not a fan of those at all. I think the multi-spoke looked the best on the M3, M4, so these are the wheels to have, and I definitely wanted them in black, like I said, to match all the black accents. Not a fan of bicolor, not a fan of silver, didn't think it would look good, so I did get the black, and I also did get the black calipers to match, so you can get red, blue, or black. I got black because I think it looks really good with this spec in specific. Last option that I got on the exterior is a 360 parking aid. So I don't know if you can see that camera right there. So it's going to give you a camera there, a camera up front, so that's the camera right there, another camera on the mirror, and then also a camera in the back. So it's going to give you a 360-degree view of the car when you're parking, and it's really useful when you're parallel parking or just looking to see if you're going to hit a curb or not. I really like the 360 parking aid, definitely worth every penny. Moving along into the inside, let's go over the options that I spec'd for this car. You can see immediately I did get the carbon buckets. I did have to get the carbon buckets, so let's not go into those just yet. Let's talk about the other parts of this interior. So you can see that it is sort of like an off-white color. This is what's called a Silverstone color. So it's Silverstone with black accents, and it looks fantastic. The thing that I love about these seats and this color in particular is the off-white color matches really well with the aventurine red. But not only that, it has a black accent, so it's not like a full color. You just have a lot of color mix and matching in this car, and it's so cool to be inside. And you get a little bit of Silverstone on the door panel as well and throughout the cabin. So I did have to get the Silverstone. It wasn't an additional cost. What was an additional cost was the extended leather. So the extended leather option is going to give you Silverstone or whatever color you choose on the lower part of the dash over here, and then it's going to give you real leather up here and real leather on the dashboard as well. So I didn't opt for that. It was a pricey option. The reason why I really didn't like it was, well, the cost. I just didn't think it was worth around $5,000. So I opted to get the carbon buckets instead. Speaking of the carbon buckets, let's go over them. They are beautiful. Not only do they hug you when you're driving, it just feels so nice to be in. It's like almost an event, and my girlfriend actually calls it like a roller coaster. You feel like you're in a roller coaster every time you're driving this car, and it just feels so nice. You do have this nice little carbon pocket, and then you have this pull tab. You pull this, and it automatically goes forward, and you see it reveals the beautiful carbon fiber back of this seat, and then you have a little holes right here so you can tickle the driver or passenger in the front. Not only do they feel comfortable, they look amazing, they feel like you're, like I said, you're in a roller coaster when you're driving. So I am so glad I got this option. It was about $5,000. So similar to the extended leather, I went with this instead, and I think it was definitely 100% worth it. Back to talking about carbon again, I do have carbon on the steering wheel and carbon on the center tunnel and carbon up there, and you can kind of see it. Let's see, zoom in, a little bit of carbon up there. So essentially this package is a carbon interior package. It's about $950, and it's worth every cent. Like I've said, the carbon buckets and the carbon interior package match very well, and you get all the carbon in there, carbon up there, like I said, and you get carbon on the steering wheel. But not only that, you get the amazing shift paddles in carbon. So let me kind of go in. You can see a little bit of carbon and a little bit of red. So what that red is, it's actually a nice grip. So back here you have grips for the paddles, and it just feels so amazing when you're shifting in this car because you have the grip in the back and then you have the carbon in the front, and they just look fantastic. And honestly, if you were to go aftermarket, you'd probably be paying the same amount just for the paddles. So for $950, you're getting a steal for carbon fiber trim on the wheel, carbon fiber paddles, and carbon fiber on the tunnel in the center, and carbon fiber up there. Other than the carbon buckets, the carbon interior package, and not getting the extended leather package, that's pretty much it for the interior. There really wasn't much else to pick because, well, the interior stock is amazing in its own. Like, it feels so nice to be in there, and then you add these extra options and you feel like you are in a sports car. Well, you are in a sports car, but it makes you feel like you're really in a sports car when you have these options in the car. I'm gonna go over all the details of the interior and exterior options, exactly what you should buy, what you shouldn't buy, so stay tuned for that video. Pretty much covers all the options that I chose for this car for my spec and that I didn't choose. There are some items that are stock that I did want to go over. So you do get the emblem in chrome. That is stock. You don't get that deleted with the Shyline trim, which I think is kind of annoying. I wish that would have been blacked out with the Shyline trim, but that's all right. And then up here, you do get the black antenna, shark fin antenna, and then sitting with the antenna, you do get the all full carbon roof. So you do have the option to get a moon roof or a sunroof. when you're buying this kind of car, it's definitely worth just getting the carbon because it's a no-cost option and it looks so much cooler and it just fits the sports car narrative for this car. Like I said, in the back, in the front, you do still get a chrome emblem that isn't blacked out, which I think is all right because for the front, you do kind of want the chrome because that's just the BMW look. They do have 50-year anniversary emblems. I think it's a 50-year anniversary. If you were getting your cars built in March, my car was not built in March, so I didn't get those, but that's pretty much stock. The grille does come in black stock no matter if you get the Shyline trim or not, but that's pretty much my spec. I hope you guys like my spec. I love it. I've had a lot of people say, hey, I don't like the BMW M4 M3, but in this color and other darker colors, it looks fantastic, and I have to agree with him. That's why I bought this car. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my spec. Rate it out of 10, out of 100, how you want, but let me know if you guys think I did a good job picking out my spec for my M4 competition. So guys, that wraps it up for today's video, going over the full spec of my BMW M4 competition. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of the spec. I love it. I'm really, really happy with this car, and I cannot wait to make more videos on this car. We're gonna have videos on options, living with it, how much it costs, things like that, so be on the lookout for that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more videos on the M4 coming very soon. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.